What's up everyone, WizardKen here with another Xbox 360 World of Tanks. Now, I told you guys we're going to start on the new German tank destroyer line, and we are. I'm starting with the tier 7 because, one, I already sold the tier 6 one. Really, you get a lot more fun with the tier 7 one on up, especially when you get the last package on here. Now, this is pretty much stock, at least for the barrel. I do have the second upgrade for this tank. The bigger barrel does a lot more damage and stuff like that, and we'll talk about it. First, looking at the tank, I mean, it's just like basically an arty, guys, with a different turret on it. That's it. Like I talked about with the M44, there's not much to talk about with this tank in the sense of like, oh, it's gonna ricochet here and there. It's not. There's nothing on here that's gonna ricochet. You're gonna get hit every single time, and it's just gonna hurt. You're gonna have to play these tanks like, and that was another reason why I wanted to do the arty first, is because this tank is played pretty much like arty. You want to stay far back, sometimes even further than most tank destroyers, and sometimes you can't do that because of the map you're on. I've had a lot of crappy maps, you know, like city ones, because this tank is not designed for city maps, and unfortunately Wargaming has not given us a lot of good maps. I mean, the two new ones that did come out, the Arctic one and the other German one, is very good for this tank because you do have an wide open range of stuff to allow you to sneak away or at least stay far back from the action. This is a really nice tank. Right now I don't have that max spotting range, but it's pretty good. So like the M44, let's just at least go ahead and talk about the equipment and the packages that I have, and also what I'm going to be doing with the crew once I get it built up. Now, this is not the crew I'm going to be using for this tank, or for the last tank on tier 10, the Waffentag. I will be using the Jack Tiger crew in my tier 10 because, or tier 9 and 10, because if you guys didn't know, premium tanks actually build up your crew experience tons faster than if you just keep switching them from one tank to another. This will actually build up your crew's experience and everything 100 times faster than you would ever get in a regular tank. So we're, you know, some food for thought there, so you guys can think about possibly buying at least one premium tank. Now remember, if you do buy a premium tank, it has to be for the country that you want to use it for. You can't take out a Jack Tiger 8.8 crew and put it in an American tank. It would just be really fucked up. Anyways, so let's get right into the package on this thing. So originally you start out with a, you know, a 10.5 centimeter gun on there. It shoots 7.5 a second, and it also does 169 pen and 300 damage. This thing is kind of slow. It only goes 30, and that's about it. It's not very fast. It's a pretty slow tank, and that's if the terrain is on your side and stuff like that. You can't tell, and I will go into the tank tab at the top later on, and I will show you exactly how much armor this thing actually has, because it's only like 20 in the front, 10 in the side, and like 0 in the back or something like that. These tanks blow up easy. There's no armor to them. The only thing that really keeps them alive is their health points. That's it. There's no, like I said, ricocheting or anything like that. The second package does allow you to go 4 kilometers quicker, and that's it. It does improve the tracks too, but that's pretty much it. Now this kind of sucks because it is a tier 7, but you have to pay 58,000 experience points just to get the last gun. Now I have to say, at least you do get to shoot 231 pen and 490 damage, which is a nice amount of damage and stuff like that for having this tank. The only thing bad is, like I said, it's the only thing you're gaining is the damn is the actual gun itself, and it's 58,000. I think that's kind of extreme for the barrel. I mean, it is a tier 10 barrel, but the thing is, I mean, it's only a tier 10 because it does a lot of damage. It's not a tier 10 because it does a lot of pen. I mean, 231 is a pretty good amount, but still, I mean, it should be at least 40,000 instead of 58,000. That's my opinion. Anyways, my crew, eventually, what I'm going to do is, when these guys get maxed out, because I have not been using the same crew from one tank to another, I'm going to do Mentor eventually on my tanks. I'm going to do, after that, just because I want to be able to get my crew up, experience up quicker, I'm going to do Sixth Sense. Because this tank does die very quickly, you need to have that extra couple seconds to get the hell out of there. So having that is really great. Also, Camouflage is going to be one that I'm going to do. And then some of you guys would say firefighting or repairs. No, I'm actually going to do, and this is what you Tiger players, any German line should play, should use, is the preventative maintenance, which helps you stop catching on fire all the time and stuff like that. Eventually I'll unlock other things, but those are going to be my main ones I'm going to focus on with these tanks. So let's get back to the main. Let's see, consumables. Of course, you guys know exactly the consumables that I use. I don't know why this keeps doing this to me. Every single time I've had to go through, like every single time I start the Xbox, I've had to go through and change out my ammo. It's not saving it for some reason. Small repair kit, small first aid kit, and manual fire extinguisher. If you want to buy gold rounds, it'd be okay with this one. You're not really gaining that much. I mean, the damage is going to stay the same, but you are going to get a little bit better pen, which could be good for, I know I do play with Bubba. He has the tier 8 tank of this, and it kind of sucks because I can't pen some of those guys just because I do have the smaller gun at this moment. So it wouldn't be a bad idea if you do have the first gun to get some gold rounds, at least like 7 to 10, something like that. And make sure, of course, you change it to silver, but also remember it's going to cost you 4,400 for each damn round. It's ridiculous. So anyways, equipment. Camouflage net. You always want this for a tank that's easily to get destroyed. Whether it's an RD, a light tank that's going to be spotting, anything like that, you're going to want camouflage net. It's very good for you to sit there and just, you know, be out, and it's a lot harder for them to see you. Binoculars, telescope is the only thing you can buy for these tanks, because it is pretty much a stationary tank. Like I said, treat it like a RD. This is going to help you out a lot with your view range. Right now, I'm not using my full potential of my view range right now. It's probably like, with this thing on, I get probably 75% of my view range. So, I'm still missing a good amount of it. But the, it's still pretty good. The enhanced gun lane drive is also another thing I keep on there, because it does seem with these tanks that it does take a while for you to aim in. The one thing I did forget to talk about in the packages is right now, my view range is at 400, which is not accurate at all, because when I get this one I should be a lot more than 400, and I don't know why it's saying I'm at 400 when I'm not at 400 right now. Like, this is saying I'm gonna get 400 and this one, but anyways, we could say it's probably at 300 right now, and then with this it's bringing it up to 400, something like that. I'm just taking a wild guess on this, guys. This is not an accurate estimate. As I said, we can go and look at the actual armor that is on this tank, and it is exactly, let's see, okay, sorry, 50 30 30, which on this one it was 30 20 20, and also the one before that 20 15 50. So you could see all the way up through, you're not getting whole armor at all. It's really a really hard tank to play if you do not stay back. Now a lot of you guys are wondering if, you know, you guys did ask if I could do Nostrum tank, and you know, it's the one before this one. It's the tier 6, and like I said, I just got this one today, and I thought I would start with this one because the Nostrum is the same thing as this. All these tanks are pretty much the same in the sense of what you have to do to play them. I mean, from at least I would say from the tier 5 all the way up you're gonna have to play them all the same way. The only difference is when we get to tier 8, you're gonna have actually your turret's able to move. So once you get to tier 8, that's gonna be your best tank. I mean, this is not a bad tank, the PZ.Sfl.V. Like I said, you can get a pretty decent sized gun on it, do a good amount of damage. But once you get to this one, the TheAgeOfMusic, it's going to be pretty good. It's the youngest Waffentrager you can get, or the smallest one. And like I said, the turret is able to move around, and also it is very low profile, which means it's low to the ground. It's a really good tank. It's not as high. There's not a lot for people to shoot at with that tank, so it's pretty nice. Anyways, guys, let's jump in there and see what we can do with this tank. Alright guys, we're at Fisherman Bay. It's a standard battle, and not too bad on the sense of people we have to take out. Now, I do want to apologize. I will only be doing one battle tonight, just because my workload is kind of up there, and what I mean is pretty much I had training today, and then tomorrow I got training, and then I still have to get my stuff around for my training stuff tomorrow. So unfortunately, this is probably going to be my only battle to be able to do tonight with this tank. I can, you know what, once I get the next package, which will be tomorrow, I will do another video, and I will be just playing the tank straight through, and that's it. Also, just so you guys know, we will not be doing a sub party or subscriber party until next month. It's just because I've got a lot of things that are changing up at work, and I'm not able to do a subscriber party this month. What's the other thing? Also, guys, I finally picked an artist to work on our artwork and stuff like that. She is from the Philippines, and once we get some things ironed out and stuff like that, hopefully soon we will have some new art, and also we will be opening up the shop for you guys to get shirts if you guys want to and stuff. So I'm really excited about that. A lot of big things going on. Unfortunately, work is getting in the way. Wow, I could have killed that guy. Anyways, getting back to the game, as you guys can see, I'm just staying back. All I'm doing, oh wow, I ammo racked him. Very nice. Well, technically I didn't like kill him, ammo rack, but yeah. Did that T-29 die? No, he didn't. Now he did. Right now my camo's up high. I mean, it's doing great right now. I'm really happy with the way the enemy team's coming in. They're kind of like pushing their luck and this and that. That's why all these guys are staying back here, even though they're not tank destroyers. I mean, I don't blame these guys for, if there's open shots, take them. You're not a tank destroyer, but Jesus, I mean, why push out there and let them have free open shots when they're going to be you know, out there in the open and giving us free open shots? So anyways, let's see. Hopefully these guys might show up a little bit. If this Jackson would fall back and come back a little bit, hopefully these guys might come up, and we might have a good shot on these guys. Now, the one bad thing about this tank also is, if you could look in the bottom left corner, that you can see my gun, and the amount of movement is allowed back and forth is very minimum. It's only about like 10 degrees each side, 15 degrees each side. It's very, very minimum, and that is the hugest thing I hate about this tank, is that. So, but you can see, even with the regular gun on this, the tier 7 gun, I mean, we are doing a good amount of damage, almost 250 to 300 each hit. Now, the tank before this, it does a decent amount of damage. It's just not amazing amount of damage. I hope we can reload in time. Yay! It's kind of a waste of a round, but whatever. We're just gonna stay back, guys, because I don't know what's going on with the town, if anybody's really coming through there or what, but I want to just make sure our place is secure. I'm not worried about anything else except our base, and that's what this tank is really good for, is just sitting here and, like I said, protecting the base. It really does great at just sitting here and protecting. So 351, we're gonna do awesome on this match. I haven't had a good match with this tank just because I've been playing with Bubba, and I've been being placed in tier 9 battles. Don't get me wrong, I can still do some damage. It's just usually in those battles I am getting hit once and then that's it. Alright, I've been detected. And that's why I want to get that. Wow, I actually ricocheted my first ricochet. I am very happy about that. What was I saying? Yeah, I've been getting killed instantly pretty much. So, wow, how am I still, who is spotting me? Oh, Comet, damn it. That's not good. That's not good. Come on, get out of here. Magic, people. We're doing magic shows here. Magically, even though the AT7 couldn't see me for a while, because that Comet lost sight of me, magically, I was still spotted, and magically, I got shot in the side. You gotta love it. Gotta love it. Well, I was hoping we would win this one, but the way it looks is we're probably not going to. Alrighty, guys, so we did win that battle. Came in second place. We did do a whole bunch of damage. I mean, we did pretty decent. 12 shots, 9 hits, 9 pens. So, not terrible at all, I must say. I mean, and this is just the, you know, the first barrel on this thing. Once I get the second barrel, I will be doing a lot more damage. But as you can see, I'm still doing about 200 to 300 damage every hit. It's a really nice tank. I really highly suggest you guys, if you guys haven't gone down this tank line or you've been debating it, I've had a lot of fun with it. It's a huge difference tank style that you have to play, and I highly suggest this tank line only be done by people that have already played the game and understand it. If you guys are new to the game, I would highly suggest you not playing this, because this tank is going to aggravate you. These tank lines are going to aggravate you. You're going to die very easily, and until you understand the game mechanics, I would not suggest anybody playing it that doesn't know the game very well. I mean, even I get really pissed off with this tank, and I have to put it away for a little bit. This has probably been the most aggravating line I've played, just because of the learning curve that's on here. But I've had a lot of fun with it since I've learned how to play with the tanks. Now, I'm not perfect, as you can see. I still eventually got spotted, you know, but that wasn't my fault in that sense. I mean, the city fell and the guy was coming from the other side, and there's not much I can do on that. But yeah, anyways, it's a fun line. If you guys want a challenge, this is a very challenging line to go up, and I would highly suggest don't go and pass all the tanks up. I mean, I started at tier 5 and worked my way up to tier 7, and I haven't gotten to play these tanks very much. I've only gotten to play them a little bit, and I've gotten up this high pretty quickly. But it's been a lot of fun, guys, and I hope you guys enjoy them. And I will be doing some more videos on this tank, and then the rest of the tanks going up through. So anyways, guys, I'm WizardKen, and until next time, see ya.